G'day and welcome to another episode of Shit Hotels of Australia, where we stay in a hotel or a motel and we hope that they're not shit. Tonight we're at the Goondiwindi Motel in, no prizes for guessing, Goondiwindi. Staying here for one night before travelling north again. We'll be leaving early in the morning, but let's go inside and check it out. Okay, so room 11 at the Goondiwindi Motel, and let's check it out. What have we got? We've got a quite a large space for eating and for maybe doing some computer editing. Space for storing your luggage, queen size bed, bedside tables and lights, fridge, microwave, TV, aircon. Bathroom in here, separate toilet, which is good for those who make a smell. Basin, absent plug, and shower. New fittings. Yeah, so very basic, but yeah, not too bad. Smells really good. And it's quite quiet too. So there's a pretty good barbecue facility here. It looks like quite a nice pool. It's a bit too cool to go swimming today. So now let's check out the TV. We've got the free-to-air channels. Pretty much all of them. We'll just quickly check whether we've got all the 7s for the Big Bash. Though again, I've got KO on my Yep, we got all the 7s as well. But wait, there's more. We have Netflix. So it is a smart TV. See if anyone's logged into their Netflix account. But then we've also got YouTube. G'day and welcome to another episode of Shit Hotels of Australia. You gotta love it. And while it was a bit of a tight squeeze reversing the Challenger into the parking bay actually at the unit, they did say in the compendium that they do have this large parking bay for large vehicles, and so that's really good. It's a good place for truckies to stop. They can actually park their load. And now for the Shit Hotels of Australia instant coffee test. Today we've got Moccona, which is apparently a cut above, but no, I won't be drinking it, and we'll be leaving fairly early tomorrow morning, so have left the coffee machine in the car. I'll go without a coffee. I might get one up the road. Well, this is an interesting thing. When I first sort of looked at the blinds, I thought there was an external blind outside that I might have to lift, but actually if you look carefully, pull back the curtains and you can see the window's actually been completely taped up, and I can't understand why that might be the case. From outside you can see also the top ones, and it's to all of them. Maybe it's the sunlight, but it's only would be sun only be sun in the afternoon, because that's what time it is, and that's the sun is streaming in, so quite weird. One of the reasons I actually picked this motel was the fact that it actually had a restaurant, because we're not exactly in the centre of the town of Goondiwindi, but unfortunately the restaurant says it's closed until further notice, so I will have to look for some food options somewhere in town. So let's have a look at some of the upkeep issues. It's a bit hard to make out the scuff marks around the bench top here. We've got this sort of rudimentary shelf, more scuff marks there. It's not too bad really. Here we've got some more scuff marks around the edging, and here in bath area, the mirror, yeah, a few again cracks and chips, a little bit of rust on the rail there. The shower looks quite nice, which is good. Toilet again, looks like it's had a lick of paint, so yeah, not too bad. Let's have a look at the door. Again, it's always a good spot, not too bad. Oh, whoa, whoa, that's a bit interesting. Careful not to lean on that. So yeah, fairly basic, not too bad. Similar in many respects to Red Cedar in that it's seen better days, but even so, it's not too bad. Still really surprised about the taping up of the window there. They're all like that, and yeah, the sun does stream in and will probably make it quite warm, but and we do have aircon behind us, which is fortunately reverse cycle because it's a bit chilly tonight. But yeah, the sun might have made it warm, but you could cool it down, and just not having any view out of the window seems a little bit weird. That's the biggest bugbear I have, really.
The next morning.
One of the best things about Goondiwindi is not driving into it, but driving out of it. There's really not a lot here. Yeah, the motel was average, and I'll do the pirate score a bit later on because I'm leaving quite early. Well, not that early, but leaving early. And yeah, it was a fair way out from any of the places to eat. I'm limited in my driving ability at night due to glare, so
at the end of the street, turn left.
I was a bit reluctant to drive in. Anyway, yeah, so beautiful day. We got another 7 hours on the road to Rockhampton, and I'll do the pirate score when I get a chance.
Much later.
And now it's time for the pirate score.
Drink up me hearty Joe.
So, how does the Goondiwindi Motel stack up against the pirate score? First up, cleanliness and upkeep. Well, it was pretty tired, wasn't it? And really, the most bizarre thing was that taped up front window. Then again, there were also all the scratches and dings and things. So, for cleanliness and upkeep, I'm going to give it 2 stars. Facilities. Well, it had a large fridge, and I must admit it actually had cutlery as well, plates and cutlery, and the microwave, and the toaster and everything like that. So the basic standard sort of facilities that you expect. So for facilities, 3 stars. Add-ons. Now, I booked that motel purely because it had a restaurant. Because I could see that a lot of the restaurants were a long way away from some of the motels. So I was really disappointed when I found that the restaurant was closed until further notice. Also, what I was looking for was a laundry, but there wasn't a laundry either. So for add-ons, I'm going to give it 0 stars. Entertainment and Wi-Fi. Well, it had a smart TV. The smart TV had Netflix and YouTube, and they both streamed well. The downside to the smart TV was actually the remote control. It obviously had been used a lot, and it was really clunky and stalled and delayed, and it took me probably 3 minutes to type in shit hotels of Australia into YouTube to search because of the way that wouldn't work. So take a point off for that one. So for entertainment Wi-Fi, 4 stars. Bed and bath. Well, the bed was comfy. I got a good night's sleep. There was good water pressure in the shower. There wasn't a plug, and it had a separate toilet, which I really appreciate. So for bed and bath, again, it was run of the mill. It was a bit cramped. So for bed and bath, 3 stars. Service. Well, the lady who checked me in was friendly. She said, "Hi, here's your room key, here's the code for the gate," which I couldn't ever see the gate, but that was it. Compared to Beck at the Red Cedar Motel the day before, and although I was staying over there one night, the rooms were not serviced every day. So for service, yeah, 2 stars.
Well, may I ask what you were expecting to see out of a Torquay hotel bedroom window? Sydney Opera House, perhaps?
Well, we haven't done a faulty comments session for quite some time, but I did find a couple on booking.com that just are worth sharing with you. So on the 11th of June 2025, Belinda stayed at the Goondiwindi Motel. Said, dirty and rude. The kitchen floor, my feet stuck to the floor, the plates were dirty, the glasses were yuck, the kitchen needed a good scrub. The bathroom shower curtain grabs your body while trying to shower. If they spent money on a $50 shower curtain and not on a $2 one, my shower would have been nice and warmer. They didn't warm up my room and it was freezing cold at midnight arrival. And God forbid if you ring after hours. The woman abused me for ringing outside office hours. I will never stay again. And Basil's response is, "Thank you for your review. Everybody is able to do so. We are not a 24-hour motel. Calling at 11:15 p.m. is outside of business hours. I would not have been able to make the booking for you as we were in bed asleep. I actually was unable to take the call as I dropped the phone trying to pick it up. It was the next day that I told you we were not a 24-hour motel." Hang on. So the person didn't find out until the next day that you weren't a 24-hour motel, but you abused her for thinking it was? Anyway, Basil goes on, "And I do not think that I spoke unreasonably to you. We have personally stayed in the room that I had to put you in, which was a family unit as requested. I've never had any issues with the shower curtain, so I'm not sure what you are saying. Our cleaning staff are very thorough, and if you look at other reviews, you will see they reflect this." And a year earlier, on the 28th of June 2024, Marnie stayed there and was not satisfied. Thought the bed was okay, the bathrooms don't have doors, no exhaust for both. The rooms, don't get that, no exhaust for both was room and bathroom, no dining table to eat. And Basil's response, "Disappointing that you have to leave a negative review as you were refused accommodation as you have a history with accommodation venues in Goondiwindi." Hang on, you refused her accommodation but she actually stayed there? "Yes, we have bathroom doors and a bench to eat food at and a window in the bathroom." Yeah, good day and good luck. Yeah, well, you do have a bench to eat at, that's correct, and a window in the bathroom, but you don't have a window in the front window. Thanks, Basil, that's all. Now, the new bonus, the value for money bonus. Well, the reason I booked the hotel, again, as I said, was because of the restaurant. So I was prepared to take the hit of $135. It's the most expensive one I've had so far on this trip. So no, sorry, it does not get the value for money bonus. But now, the most important one, the no earplugs bonus. Now this is really interesting because there was a little bit of traffic noise. So I put earplugs in when I went to bed, but I woke up in the middle of the night without any earplugs because they'd both fallen out. And I got a really peaceful, quiet sleep. So I'm going to have to give it half an earplugs bonus. So for the first time ever, I'm going to give it 2.5 stars for a bonus. So that's a total for the Goondiwindi Motel of 18.5 out of 30. And if you took away the earplugs bonus, you could see that the service at Red Cedar definitely put it a cut above. So that's it for the Goondiwindi Motel. My next trip is to Rockhampton and we'll check out that hotel and hopefully it's not a shit hotel of Australia. Thanks for watching.